The International Christian Embassy Jerusalem is your embassy in the heart of Israel, founded in 1980. From our headquarters in Jerusalem through our branches in over 80 nations and yours in Canada, we seek to challenge the Church to take up its scriptural responsibilities, to remind Israel of the promises made to her in the Bible, and to be a source of practical assistance to all the people in the land of Israel.
So we've just crossed the street and now we're on the west side of the old city of David. This is an exciting excavation here going on behind us.
In a little bit more than the last 10 years, they've been working in this place. It was a parking lot actually originally, and now a museum is going to be built here one day once they finish all this. But on the way, they found, till this moment, 11 different layers of ruins. Since the Middle Ages, about 1,000 years ago, down to the First Temple period, 26, 27, 2,800 years back. The main thing you can actually see right now is a massive structure that we can see its side rooms right here behind us. The other end of the same structure is at the other end of the excavation site. It's a very large house with rooms all around, a big garden in the middle, and of course, a few nice little things. I'm sure you all know that when an earring is lost, it's only one earring. The other pair, we need to keep it. So one earring was found right here. It's this earring you can see right here.
Beautiful.
Golden earring with pearls and emeralds.
Pearls and emeralds.
Where's the other one? Well, I don't know. This is from about 1,800 years ago, from the Roman days. I don't know where the other one is. But this was found in one of the rooms of this house. Roof tiles were found here with Roman letters on them, mentioning the 10th Roman Legion, the one that destroyed Jerusalem year 70, but rebuilt it as a new Roman city on top of the ruins in the next 2 centuries. One of the most amazing finds found here, December 2008, was found in these rooms right down below us. These are parts of cellars and the beginning of the first floor of a building from about 1,400 years ago, the 6th and 7th century. And inside one of these rooms, 264 gold coins were found. All clean, never used, from the mint, wrapped in a little bit piece of cloth, put on a shelf, and never used. The building was destroyed the next year. The coins are from 613, the building was destroyed 614 in a massive fire, and no one came to get this gold back home.
I'm looking here and I'm seeing notes in the wall here, in the little nooks and crannies. Tell us about where we are.
We're actually
right now.
standing at the foundations of the Western Wall, the famous Western Wall. That part of it is the Wailing Wall, or where many people come to pray, is a part of a very, very large wall. We are below the surface of the street at the time, so if you look at the stones, you'll see they aren't as nice and polished as you usually see them when you look at pictures or the location of the prayer area at the Western Wall. We're at the foundations. This is bedrock. This is the first level. There are actually 22 layers that we know in most places a little bit less, that still stand. Original stones of the Western Wall of the Temple Mount actually supports the huge structure where the temple was actually located. This is a huge project, and the workers putting these stones were so precise and so accurate. They made this amazing frame around each and every stone. And a very known custom in the last centuries is that people coming and putting their names and their prayers on notes. And once this was discovered, and since open to the public in the last few years, many visitors came and said, it's the same thing right here at the foundations, just like the open space that is several yards north of us in that direction. We're actually looking at the foundations of the Western Wall. You can count here 4 original layers. We climb up, get onto the street, and see many more above our head, but we're actually talking about the very famous Temple Mount walls. There are 4 of them. The Western Wall is the famous, of course, they're northern, eastern, and southern as well, but that's the stones that many people come in the last centuries to pray next to. So here, in this excavation, right next to the drainage channel, when they understood where the location of the excavation is, they said, let's just move a little bit eastward. And yep, right in front, this huge stone wall stands with no cement holding the stones together, just their weight and 2,000 years of history. We climbed up, and now we're on the Marketplace Street, even though it's heavily damaged. On one side of the street, the ruins of the shops along the Western Wall. You can see the amazing polished stones right in here. On the other side, more shops. And in the middle, look at the stones. Look what happened to them. They're cracked, smashed, broken, caved in. Because of what? because of the destruction. Year 70, the Romans not only destroyed the temple, they also pushed, shoved, stone by stone, tons of stone, crashing down on the street. In this excavation, most of the stones were removed, so we can walk on the street. But they left us a huge pile. That's just one example of a huge amount of stones that actually covered the street. The Romans said, destroy, smash, nothing will be left. The amazing thing is, by destroying and smashing, everything was left. Because when all the stones were picked up, oil lamps, pottery vessels, coins, inscriptions, anything from the days of the Second Temple was found down on the street, discovered piece by piece, telling us the story of the marketplace of Jerusalem.
So we're standing at the base of the Kotel, the wall, the western wall. Behind me are shooks. These are where the shops would be. And we read and this particular one has been identified as the money changer. In Matthew 21, 12 to 17, when Jesus entered the temple, he drove out all who sold and bought in the temple, and he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. He said to them, "It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of robbers." And the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying out in the temple, they said, "Hosanna to the Son of David." They were indignant, and they said to him, "Do you hear what these are saying?" And Jesus said to them, "Yes. Have you never read? Out of the mouth of infants and nursing babies, you have prepared praise." Here we're standing at the base of the Kotel. What is here but heavy stones? We read that Jesus predicted that these stones would fall when no one would believe him. In Matthew 24, 1 and 2, Jesus said, he went up to the temple and was going on his way, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. But he answered and said unto them, "See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." And here we have a marker to show that these rocks from the Temple Mount were destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. His words came to pass.
100% of what we receive from you toward a project goes to that designation. Through your contribution to ICEJ Canada, you can participate by giving to Bet Singer Children's Orphanage Bathrooms, Christian Friends of Yad Vashem, Home for Holocaust Survivors, Israeli Youth at Risk Summer Camp in Canada, Operation Life Shield Bomb-Proof Shelters, Red Carpet Project Women at Risk in Tel Aviv, Shoulder to Shoulder New Immigrant Partner Project, Women's Shelter Project, General Fund, Gift Estate Securities Funds, ICEJ Communication Media Fund.